Every day, fucking America is coming up with something new. Every fucking day. Every day, America is coming up with something new. Mnuchin and Trump decided that it's so much on my mind. Like, I I don't know. It's so much on my mind. They passed a bill. They passed a bill. America for $1 trillion. Let me see if I can find this video. For $1 trillion. $1 trillion. Now, this $1 trillion is supposed to stimulate the economy, okay? It's supposed to stimulate the economy, okay? It's supposed to stimulate the economy. Let me see. What the bill said, right? What the bill said. What the bill said is that they're going to give every American, okay, every American $1,000 a month. So now I'm just assuming it's going to be 18 and over because they didn't give no specific age. It just said every American. So I don't know if it's every American from birth, to, 65 years old. But I'm assuming it's 18 and over. So they're supposed to give every American $1,000 a month starting in 2 weeks. So by April 1st, everyone in America should start receiving $1,000 a month. Trump saying this is in efforts to stimulate the economy because of the coronavirus, because they have to test people and they don't want people to, get this virus, or, right, they don't want people to, come in contact with others. So they're saying that this coronavirus is spreading like mad, right? So now they're testing you and all this other stuff. So what they're saying is it's collapsing the economy. This is what they're saying. Now, for me, I really don't believe this. They're saying that it's collapsing the economy, okay? And now people are losing their jobs. People are losing their homes. People are losing their minds. People are losing food. Kids can't go to school. They literally are saying now we need money, which, of course, we need money, right? They say we need money. So they said they're going to give us $1 trillion. So this $1 trillion is supposed to last for about 6 months, right? Because this $1 trillion is supposed to go to the Americans, right? So 18 and over, you get $1,000 a month. So I don't know if it's 18 and over. I don't know if it's 16 and over. I don't know if it's 15 and over, whatever it is. But America don't like its people, right? So America is not going to give its people $1,000 just because they feel like giving us $1,000, just because they feel like, oh, we need $1,000. No, okay. Now, one of my thoughts, because this has been already in the making, one of my thoughts is that when you get this $1,000, it's not going to be a check that you can go cash. No. No, because now the check cashing places will run out of cash, right? Because if you got every American rushing to the check cashing place, forget it. So it's going to be a direct deposit, and you're going to get a card sent, not a check sent, but a card. And this is what I think, right? They're going to get a card sent because remember, they're already trying to go to a cashless society. See, Corona is just a distraction, right? To introduce cashless society, introduce, the FEMA camps, because Macy's just said they're closing all their stores. Macy's. Gucci is closing all their stores in North America. Gucci gonna lose a lot of money, right? So this coronavirus is a gateway to the next revolution, right? So now they give you this $1,000 a month. Now it's going to be on a debit card. So now with this debit card, they're going to tell you, you can only use it for this. You can only use it for that. You can only buy this. You can only buy that. They already suspended the mortgage interest and the student loan interest. Next is they're going to be suspending mortgage payments. Next is they're going to be suspending utility payments, right? Next is they're going to be literally canceling people's credit card debt. Next is they're going to be getting rid of student loan debt, right? Because it's all a game, right? It's all a fucking game. This shit is a game, for real. So now you get this debit card. So the debit card is going to get shipped to your house, not a check. Because like I said, could you imagine everybody going to, let me see if I can find this video. Could you imagine everybody going to the check cashing place to cash their check? See, cash is not trackable. So the government don't know what the hell you are doing with your damn money, right? So they don't know. So they're not going to say, oh, well, we're going to give you checks so you can go cash them. They ain't going to give you no check so you go cash that motherfucker. No, cash, hell no. We ain't finna get you cash shit. Okay? They're going to put the money into your account, and they're going to give you a card, and it's going to be a specific account that you use to go buy whatever. There's going to be restrictions on what you can buy. There's going to be restrictions on what you can buy. Now, on the flip side to it, now remember they're working on this coronavirus vaccine. Oh, if you want to continue to receive this $1,000 a month, guess what? You got to take the coronavirus vaccine. Oh, if you want your children to eat free lunch, oh, your child has to take this coronavirus vaccine. Vegas is fucked right now. Vegas has a high population of homeless people. So they're also entitled, right, to this $1,000. What is those homeless people that's getting $1,000 gonna do with their money? Now, $1,000 is not a lot of money, but it's enough that people can, go eat. Vegas, these casinos are shut down. The hotels are closed. So my prediction is that the government, all these homeless people, they're gonna start housing them as FEMA camps in freaking these hotels in Vegas. They're going to start housing these homeless people because they don't want no homeless people on the streets. Now, what they're going to start doing is they're going to start paying them this $1,000, but the homeless people can only use it, them too. They're going to have restrictions too. They only could use it for certain things. And if you don't use it, right, and if you don't use it for what you're supposed to use it for, you going to jail. Now you're in jail. They're building more jails. Macy's and all of these big warehouses is becoming FEMA camps. I don't know. I did a video last year, about 2 years ago. I talked about this. Okay. I talked about this last year. Okay. And this is not funny. Let me see. Let me see.
medical reasons, we are shutting down parts of this economy, and we're going to use all the tools we have, as I've said, and what tools we don't have, we're going back to Congress. I got to go back to
$850 billion to those who might be concerned that's too expensive.
We don't want to talk about.
We're very focused. There's a lot of workers and small businesses, and $10 million to corporations.
Wait, let me see.
Best of the American people,
Mnuchin.
the best of all the people behind me, the people behind them. Steve Mnuchin, please.
Steve Mnuchin.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to announce some very significant actions that the President has approved today. The first I would say is earlier today, I sent a letter to Fed Chairman Powell approving his request to use 13.3. And what that will do is the Fed will be setting up a special purpose vehicle, which the Treasury will invest $10 billion in from one of our funds. That will enable the Fed to guarantee the purchase of A1, P1 commercial paper going forward. That is a $1 trillion market and is critical to American workers. It's critical to American business, and it's critical to American savers who have a lot of that money in money market funds. So we heard loud and clear there were liquidity issues. This is very significant and will create, I don't think we'll need to use it all, but we have the ability to have the Fed purchase up to $1 trillion of commercial paper as needed. That has already created significant stability in the market today. The second thing I would say is, we've previously talked about deferring IRS payments. The President earlier this morning authorized me to announce this program. I have previously announced we would defer $200 billion. The President suggested we increase that to $300 billion, which we will be doing. Now, let me just be clear on the specifics. We encourage those Americans who can file their taxes to continue to file their taxes on April 15th, because for many Americans, you will get tax refunds, and we don't want you to lose out on those tax refunds. We want you to make sure you get them. Many people do this electronically, which is easy for them and easy for the IRS. If you owe a payment to the IRS, you can defer up to $1 million as an individual. And the reason why we're doing $1 million is that covers lots of pass-throughs and small businesses, and $10 million to corporations, interest-free and penalty-free for 90 days. All you have to do is file your taxes. You'll automatically not get charged interest and penalties. Now, of course, any American has the right to extend their taxes. We're not taking that right, but the President has asked us to go up to $300 billion. That's also an enormous amount of liquidity in the system. The third thing is the President and I worked on a very significant economic stimulus plan. Thank you for being available last night and throughout this morning, and I will be presenting that to the Republicans in the Senate this morning, and also discussing that with the House. We look forward to having bipartisan support. We're now working with the Senate to...
So all the people in Vegas, see, this is set up. Trump, Mnuchin, all of them, feds, everybody is in on it. George Soros, Rockefeller, all of them. Vegas hotels is shut down. Vegas has the biggest, highest in population of homeless. You can get arrested for being homeless now if you have the $1,000 stimulus every month. If you do not go into these FEMA camps, which used to be Vegas hotels, you get arrested. Because there's no reason for homelessness now, according to the government. There's no reason for homelessness now when you got money to go pay to go somewhere. We're moving to a cashless society. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like anybody can opt out of this. Because if you take your money out the bank, right, and then you start using cash to buy up stuff before it goes to a cashless society, you win, right? But what if you take all your money out the bank and they convert your money into digital currency and you don't have any money? You're fucked, right? So this is all a setup, guys. This is a setup for real, right? This is a setup. This is all coronavirus is. This is all coronavirus is. Peter Diamandis said, let me read this. He said, Peter Diamandis said, on one of the worst days of coronavirus in China, February 10th, 2020, 108 people died. But on any given day, globally, 26,000 people die of cancer a day. 50,000 people die of heart disease a day. 5,000 people die of diabetes a day. 2,000 people kill themselves a day. Mosquitoes kill 2,000 people a day. Humans kill each other 1,000 people a day. So why are we not going crazy for cancer? Why are we not going crazy for heart disease and diabetes? Right? So coronavirus, guys, is a setup. It's definitely a setup for the cashless society. Okay? It's set up for the UBI. Here's another thing. If they implement this UBI, which is Universal Basic Income, which is $1,000 a month for every American, and you're making $1,000 a month, and that's 12 grand a year, and you're eligible for Medicaid, and you're eligible for food stamps. Why am I going back to a job for? When my job was paying me 30 grand, but I was only really bringing home 20 grand. And then I had to pay for medical. I had to pay for food. Wait, people going to start saying this $1,000 a month that I'm making tax-free, 12 grand a month, and I can get up to $500 a month in food stamps, and I can get medical. Wait, hold on. What am I going to a job for now? Job. See, all the jobs that are being lost right now. Remember, I talked about this, guys. I talked about this, guys. I talked about this, man. All the jobs that are being lost, guys, will never come back. All the jobs, all the restaurants that are closing down right now are not coming back. You think Macy's is coming back? I don't think so. I don't think Macy's is coming back. Once these establishments, corporations close down, it's a wrap. Remember, we're moving to automation anyway. We're moving to a cashless society anyway. Remember, I was talking about Bitcoin. Hopefully you bought some Bitcoin, right? We're talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to be king. They predicted last year that Bitcoin was going to go to $50,000 a coin. Bitcoin right now is $5,000 a coin. So whoever has Bitcoin is king. I got to get my damn Bitcoin password so I can log in, right? So guys, this is really all a setup. So if a single mother who was working a dead-end job, or a single father who was working a dead-end job that didn't have good benefits anyway, that was treating them like shit anyway, right? And they was living check to check anyway. Now you're giving me $1,000, plus you giving me medical, plus you giving me food, and I can sit home. And they're now training parents, us parents. I had got something from my daughter's school saying the parents need to go through the training on how to train the kids to be able to get educated from home. So now they're training us to teach our kids from home. I don't think the school's going to open back up. I think they're experimenting all of this. And if it works, they're going to keep it the way it is. let's just say 80% of Americans will lose, right? 80% of Americans will lose because they depend on their jobs. They depend on the social welfare. They depend on the government. So 80% of Americans will lose, right? But what does that mean? Right? What does that mean though now? Right? Because now if you have this card, and look what Amazon's doing. Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's a curse and a blessing. Now look what Amazon's doing. Amazon's hiring 100,000 workers in 30 days. Who knows how long it's going to go on for? Amazon now don't need FedEx no more. FedEx is gone. UPS gone. They're going to start closing down. Right? Remember, I talk about this. Done. They already got the automated trucks. Amazon is hiring 100,000 workers in 30 days. They're not paying you sick time. They're not paying you sick leave. They're not paying you vacation. You just come and get a salary. You get paid every week. All you got to be is 18. You ain't got no drug tests. You ain't got to, how you look. You ain't got to take no physical tests. You ain't got to take no written tests. They're going to train you on the job. Now, of course, they want you to have a driver's license. The ones that don't have a driver's license will work in a warehouse. The ones that do have a driver's license will start delivering packages. The surge of online sales, guys, is going to go through the roof. Because the only place, remember, the government working with Amazon, right? So the only place now you're going to be able to shop is on Amazon. Amazon has already started in the UK and the US, guys. Amazon does not want, I did a video on it. Amazon does not want any items in their warehouses besides the things that's on demand. So if you are Amazon FBA seller, you are fucked. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for the FBA suppliers that have inventory out their ass. They trying to sell and all they can do is sit on this inventory until further notice. So your $1,000 a month, you only will be able to shop on Amazon. This is going to cripple the economy, guys. So this ain't about coronavirus, guys. This is not about coronavirus. This is about control, okay? This is about literally getting people to their knees to beg for mercy. This is literally going to kill 500 million people. People are going to kill themselves. People are going to commit suicide, right? People are going to kill each other. People are going to get so stressed out that they're just going to be passing out. We already don't have enough beds in the hospital. I feel sorry for the pregnant women. I feel sorry for the pregnant people who are going to have a baby and the next month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you ain't going to have no bed to go to, baby. On the flip side, crime will be down. Crime will be down. Why will crime be down? Because what do people usually do? People rob people. People steal stuff, right? From people. They rob, people to now go pawn stuff. Pawn shops are going to no longer be in existence. Because what pawn shops do, they give you cash. And if we're in a cashless society, nobody's getting cash. Nobody's taking cash. This is happening, guys, in 2020. Nobody's taking the cash. So what am I robbing somebody's house for? To go get what? What am I robbing somebody's car for? To go get what? Not cash. unless you're bartering. This, guys, is going to be a revolution. This is the worst ever. They never did this. This never happened. Where schools shut down, restaurants shut down, everything is closed, quarantine, martial law. This has never happened, guys. This is history, man. This is history in the making. Now, what an economist, I forgot his name. Let me look. His name is Amir. Well, he's not like an economist, but he follows the market. His name is Amir Rosic. I think he's Jewish. And I follow him. And what he's saying is that once we adopt staying in the house, once we start getting into our minds, because California already quarantining their whole San Francisco for 3 weeks. What he's saying is that once we get used to staying in the house and we used to getting that $1,000, there's going to be so many people that drop below the poverty line. You know who's going to win? Amazon. You know who's going to win? Facebook. You know who's going to win? Google. You know who's going to win? Microsoft. So while we're in the house, because we can't go outside, they're going to be hiring people to put these towers. This shit is crazy, guys. It's just so much, man. I'm stressed out. While we're in the house, because we can't go outside, they're going to be putting up all the 5G towers. Remember I did a video on 5G, if you guys been following me? They're going to put up all these 5G towers. 5G is instant radiation through your body. It's going to give you instant cancer. The goal between 5G and the coronavirus is to kill off 500 million people worldwide. Bill Gates is behind this. All those CEOs that stepped down, they are behind this. This is a lot to digest, so I'm not even going to say no more because I'm just getting overwhelmed just telling y'all. But here's the thing, guys. I think this is going to go on for the rest of the year. I think by maybe Thanksgiving, everybody probably would have forgotten about this and just trying to recover. But Amir said, if you can survive for the next 6 months without the government, you're going to come out on top. If you can survive without the government, that means without a job, without any welfare, social welfare, any kind of Medicaid, if you can survive for the next 6 months without the government, when this is all said and done, you are going to come out on top. So now the real question becomes, can you survive without your job, without welfare, right? Without the $1,000 a month for the next 6 months? Middle class is over. Grant Cardone talks about this. The middle class is over. Because all the people that are losing their jobs right now was making 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand, 70 grand, 100 grand. They were making that type of money. Now you mean tell me I got to sit home and get $1,000 a month? So the poverty line, right? The poverty level of people is going to skyrocket. More people is going to be in poverty. And now when people get robbed, they're not robbing for money. They're not robbing for jewelry. They're robbing for bread. They're robbing for milk. They're robbing for cheese. They're robbing for tissue. They're robbing for hand sanitizer. I'm done. I can't even talk no more. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to pray. Because, guys, that's not even the tip of the iceberg, what I just told you. I just sat here and watched a 2-hour interview. And in China, forget it. I don't even want to say no more. I don't. But if you want to become an Amazon seller, go to createmyown.com.